Speaker Johnson had a pretty embarrassing failure yesterday when he was forced to delay a vote on Trump's big, beautiful bill because he didn't get the support for it. It seemed like he was gonna have too many defections and they were gonna reject the Senate's version of it. So that was pretty embarrassing, but we do still live in hell, don't forget it. And so today's a different day and he got the support he needed. And in fact, in the way that I said yesterday he would, which is everything's just gonna get worse. And it did. And so they got the vote that they needed, 216 yes votes from Republicans. There were 2 dissensions. So you had Thomas Massie, Victoria Spartz. Those are 2 of the names that often pop up. They're not the only ones. Sometimes you have a Chip Roy or whatever, there's a few, but it was only 2, which wasn't enough. Again, the margin of error is very small. And so they just a couple more dissensions that they could have gotten, but in this case, no. So why did they hold out yesterday? Why did it take until today? Well, Johnson's entreaties had failed before Thursday's successful vote to sway a small but persistent band of ultra-conservative Republicans who view the issue of reining in the nation's debt and federal spending as their most important priority, and who insisted that the legislation Mr. Trump endorsed did not require steep enough cuts, or basically didn't have steep enough cuts. So again, it's not that they don't want the tax cuts. Yes, they do. They want to give $5 to $10 trillion to the wealthiest people in America, as our retirement accounts have been destroyed and all of that. It's just that they want to offset some of it, which sounds good, right? I mean, that sounds fiscally responsible, I guess. First of all, no, that was a joke I was just playing on you. Even if you offset it, handing trillions of dollars to billionaires is not fiscally responsible by its very definition, but they did want to at least offset it. Okay, the issue is, as I said yesterday, that just means they're gonna cut Medicaid more and like SNAP benefits to pay for those. Like that's not good either. But we didn't even really get that. We got a really weird version. So the plan that the Senate passed over the weekend directed committees in that chamber to find about $4 billion in spending cuts over a decade. That's a fraction of the $2 trillion in spending cuts that were approved by the House. And when I saw that, I thought that one of the producers had made a mistake. Because I was like, clearly you mean 400 billion, which is a fraction of the 2. No, I looked it up. They said, we want you to find $4 billion in cuts. Who the hell cares about 4? You're giving trillions to, who cares about 4? That's literally nothing. That's Trump's golf budget over his second term. That's what they were asking for, is basically nothing. So look, as a result of the dissensions, now they're gonna try to offset a little bit more. They say that they've gotten vague assurances about finding at least $1.5 trillion in cuts. But again, that's not a good development, okay? At the same time that the government, the Republicans that control the government are doing the only thing that we were guaranteed would happen, which is that they're gonna hand over trillions to billionaires. They're also gonna be cutting the little bit that the government does that actually benefits people like you and me. The services that we have paid for, that we are owed for what we've paid, that's what they're gonna be cutting. Okay, so there's gonna be even more pain, even more suffering, but not shared. Some people are gonna make out like bandits, as they always do under the Republicans, and some people are going to pay for it. This is, as we have said from the very beginning, a massive historic wealth transfer from poor and middle class Americans to those who already have the most. And so that's what they've gotten. So thank you to those ultra conservatives for making up, I'm not gonna swear, a bad bill even worse. I'll say that.